Hi, my name is Mike Johnston, and I'm an instructor here at Pensacola State College. And in this video, I'm going to show you how you're able to access the Virtual A&P Resource Center that PSC has decided to open for any student taking Anatomy and Physiology. This live conference will be held by Dr. Stephen Godchuk, who is one of our instructors who teaches in the biology department. He teaches several anatomy and physiology courses, and he's also a practicing chiropractor in Navarre. So he's got a lot of great experience and a lot of knowledge on how to communicate solutions with you and even answer any of your questions via this pathway. What we're going to learn about today is how you can access this resource. And using this resource, you'll be able to communicate with Dr. Gottschalk, and more importantly, he'll be able to communicate with you from anywhere in the world. So if you are in Florida, if you're at your house, if you're sitting at Panera Bread, you'll be able to communicate with Dr. Gottschalk as long as you have a laptop and internet connection. Dr. Gottschalk will be able to explain to you any questions that you have. And the best part about how he can do it is that you'll be able to see him just like you see me on screen right now. You'll be able to hear him just like you hear me right now. And you'll be able to see his screen using a screen capture software Pensacola State has brought on campus to communicate with students from afar. So you'll be able to see what he writes on a screen. You'll be able to go over a pathway together. You can see the way a muscle is structured. You can see different cells, and he can bring you a whole bunch of pictorials and explanations in which you can get the assistance that you need to do well. In the next minute, I'm going to show you how easy it is to access this resource. So right now, if you look at your screen, you see the venue in which you'll be able to connect with Dr. Gottschalk. Right now, I'm in a video chat option, but the default layout is going to look something like this. So when you log in to get assistance via the PSC portal to the virtual math lab, you'll be able to see a list of the people that are actually here, and Dr. Gottschalk will be present. You'll be able to see a live camera feed of Dr. Gottschalk. You'll be able to hear Dr. Gottschalk. You'll be able to see a presentation. I just put something up here just to know and represent how I felt sometimes when I was taking anatomy and physiology. And you'll also be able to type any dialogue that you would like with Dr. Gottschalk. So if you do not have a camera or a microphone, that's okay. That's plenty okay. I've been piloting this for 2 semesters now, and I've had plenty of students who log in using their iPad or using a tablet, and they don't have a microphone or camera handy. But these are all the different venues in which you can communicate with Dr. Gottschalk. If you have questions, you can send them to his email, or you can even take a picture with your cell phone and use that as a mechanism and send that to his email. So there's a whole many different arrays of venues in which you can communicate your questions with Dr. Gottschalk, whether or not they are virtual, or they are from Mastering A&P, or whether or not they're from a textbook. He'll be able to communicate and answer questions that you have in regards to how you are developing in this program. So if you want to access this resource, I'm going to take the next minute to show you how easy it is. All you're going to do is log into eLearning through Pensacola State, which is going to be elearning.pensacolaState.edu. And when you get to this website, you're going to click on the log into Canvas, and now you have to type your login username. So mine is M Johnston, and over here it populated my password, but you would have to type your password in. If you don't know your password or you've never logged in before, call the help desk, and there's also a link that you can Google via PSC that can help you obtain your password. So I'm just going to click on login. This is the recent activity that I have. And by clicking on the course option, it will list all of the pragmatic courses that I'm taking this semester. So these are all the courses. I actually teach in the math department, but I have taken a lot of courses in the biology division because I really find it interesting. I love anatomy and physiology. I think it's awesome. But specifically, I don't teach it at this campus. However, I do have access to the Virtual A&P Tutoring portal, which is a class created specifically to get help live via the portal that eLearning has set up for you. So notice you will have to click on this PSC Virtual A&P Tutoring. It's going to be a lab section, not that it's an actual lab that you're taking, but it's just a way in which you can speak and log into the Virtual Tutoring Network. And if you do not have this present, you can click on View All Courses. So if you click on View All Courses, this will list every course that you're currently taking. And you can come down here and you can find the Virtual A&P Tutoring. So you can find the Virtual A&P Tutoring, or you can just click on the the courses here, and you click on the virtual A&P tutoring. If you need any assistance with finding the course, you can always go to help, and you can speak to a live Canvas support technician via this option. So if you can't get to this, talk with a live Canvas support technician. It's 24 hours, and they can always get you assistance. But for now, I'm going to click on the virtual A&P tutoring course. And what's going to happen is that you're going to see this load directly. You will not be able to see the stuff I have here on my right that's specific to instructors. You'll be able to see this splash page. You'll be able to see these two buttons, Home and Conferences. Specifically, down here, you'll be able to see that this is a site hosted by Dr. Gottschalk, in which you'll be able to host live tutoring hours every Monday and Thursday. Mondays from 6 to 9 p.m. Central Standard Time, and Thursdays 4:30 to 6:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. There's also going to be some links that I'm going to have set up here, so that way you can watch videos on how to get access. Specifically, if you want to ask Dr. Gottschalk questions or dialogue with Dr. Gottschalk, you're going to click on this big green button called Go to Tutoring Conference. And when you click on this button, you're going to have a conference that's going to be live during those hours, where this is the name of the conference, and you can click on the Join button. It says, please click the Join button to enter the live conference, and notice it's currently in progress. So that's indicative to you that Dr. Gottschalk has opened up this conference, this portal in which you can communicate with him. So when you click on Join, you will be prompted to ask. It will prompt you prompt you a question on whether or not you want to communicate via microphone or whether or not you want to listen only. If you don't choose one of these, you will not be able to hear Dr. Gottschalk. So for example, let's say I just click cancel. Notice next to my second name, I've been logged in already, but notice my second name, I don't have anything up here. So on your end, you won't be able to hear anything. So if you skip that screen, or maybe your computer did not prompt you, you will click on this top left button that has a set of earphones. It says share your microphone. And when you click on that, if you solely want to listen to Dr. Gottschalk and communicate with him via the text box, you can click listen only. And notice when I do that, I have a little speaker that prompts next to my second account that logged in, and that means that I am actively able to hear what's being dialogued with in this discussion group, in this discussion forum, so you'll be able to do that. If you have a microphone or a camera or a combination of both, you can come back here and you can click on this, and you can click on the microphone option. It's going to ask you whether or not Adobe is the program, I guess, that this program uses to access the microphone and the cameras. You just click allow the program to use the microphone. It's going to test, and you're going to see whether or not it's picking up what I'm saying, and it does pick up my signal as it reflects in my voice. I click on next. It does a test if you can hear echo, and hopefully you're able to hear the echo there, so I click yes. And now I was able to communicate live with whoever's in this forum. But since I have my two accounts on this computer, it'll give a circular feed, so I'm going to mute myself. If you want to also share your webcam, that's fine. It does take up a little bit of feed, so if you're on a wireless connection, I don't recommend sharing a webcam. But if you just want to pop in and share your webcam at the beginning, you can click on share your webcam. Because I'm already sharing a webcam, I'll just I'll just disable my own webcam from here and kick myself out. But I will share my webcam, and notice here you can choose the quality in which you want to share your webcam, so you can click on high, medium, or low, or widescreen. I'm going to click on high, even though it's probably sharing a lot more data. And this will share my webcams, and I do have two that are being shared right now. But that will note here in this option that you're sharing your webcam. If you're on a wireless via communication, that may not be the best thing to do because it does take up a lot of bandwidth, I've been told. So you don't have to show your camera, but it is often very helpful to have a microphone to communicate. However, if you don't have a microphone, that's okay. You can type your questions. So you could type in the text box, please help me. I do not understand what a Sertoli cell is. And this way Dr. Gottschalk can read this question and you guys can dialogue together, but anyone active in this forum can also read it. So if you just want to come in here to listen about dialogue between other students and Dr. Gottschalk, that might be a great way and mechanism for you to learn more or maybe understand some aspects that you missed in class. That's a summary of how you can access this course. My name is Mike Johnson. I said before, if you guys have any questions, here is my email account. So here's my email. And I am M. Johnson at PensacolaState.edu, so you have it right here on your right. If you have any questions about this, you can always email me, and I'll be more than happy to help you. And I wish you the best of luck this semester with your courses.